Hey guys, and welcome back to another Toy Soldier Reviews action figure video. Today we have the Marvel Legends mini comic books wave Daken, aka Wolverine Dark Avengers figure. So yeah, I'm not too happy with this figure. I struggled to even put this comic book in his hands, but we'll get straight into the review. Please like, subscribe, share. Also follow that Instagram, and we'll get straight on into this honest review. What we saw with the other figures, here's Daken, but this time with some orange brownish. It does say Daken Wolverine in parentheses there. Comic accessories showing the Dark Avengers book. In the back you get like a art, I think this was the page where they all appeared on, which is also in this book, I believe. Then you've got the character right there, Dark Avengers, and some nice logo. There's Daken, Marvel Legends 2009 #1. On the back here, there's a bigger, large picture of the book. All we have left to do is ROM, and there's the rest, or the bios there, legal stuff, how much I paid for it. We'll open them on up. So it is kind of easy to open these plastic-free packaging. Now, I've kind of struggled mainly with only these ones because of this comic book on the side. But if you cut, yes, you have to ruin the bottom here. Unless you collect on mint on card, you're gonna have to destroy the packaging either way, which I don't, so it does not matter to me. Sorry if you can't see it as well. There we go. This is probably the easiest one I've had with opening these. Oh, there's always some part of the bottom here. It's not fully off. Well, there goes the comic. Here's Daken, sort of this like paper to kind of tell you at the bottom that that's Daken. Then this is where the struggle is. There we are. Now here's the accessories. Pop out, unmask the head, alternate hands, and figure himself. Let's take a look at Daken's accessories. So for Daken here, obviously accessories, what the main gimmick of this line is the comic books here, which he comes with the mini comic of the Dark Avengers #1, which does have some sort of nice print. You can see the comic book with the Thunderbolt lightning in the back and all the rest of the team. You can see Dark Avengers right there, right at the top. What does it say? Dark Reign, Dark Avengers. You can't see the Marvel logo at the top. I'm sorry if it won't focus. Then it's got the same mold in black. Has Marvel Legends series in white on the back. You can see the staples there on the top and the book design, even though it does look like a hardcover, which people say about these. Now, if Daken wants to stand up here for swappable accessories, he comes with one 2-clawed only hand, which the other side gets a gripping hand without the claws for this comic book. Now, for the other hand accessories, you get at least a pair of the 3 claws with the one on the inside palm here. So that's good, but we only get one of these. Now I wish either don't give us that at all, Hasbro, or give us a pair. And we only get one clawed in hand, which also is a gripping, which I suppose is okay as the claws are at least in, but no matching, all because of this one piece right here. But obviously for another accessory, at least unlike the older Hasbro days where you had to buy 2 separate figures, you get the swappable head, which does look nice. The mohawk is kind of sweeping off to one side, but it still does look nice. The black hair sculpt is good. The sort of darkness around the eyes is also nice. The evil grin as well. And just the face print is really nice. Then for this Wolverine head sculpt, I'm not a big fan of it, or I guess the Daken head sculpt, because I kind of want him to have more like an angry look, or like, he just has a big smile on his face, which trying to match the Dark Avengers aesthetic for the rest of the team, I don't think will match as well. But it is nice, the brown does match. Mine kind of has this little dark spot, or a dent right there. But yeah, then the rest of the face does look kind of nice. The printing is all right. Mine has a, I don't know if that's a crack there, but there's a scratch going along the side. This sort of like, what do you call it, brownish mustard colors. It sort of matches. The legs here do, but this brown doesn't. Or this inner yellow doesn't. But we'll get to that on the detail segment. Other than that, the accessories are okay. And for the second head sculpt here with the unmasked version with the long mohawk, obviously going back is going to stop some movement here because of this plastic. It's clearly going to stop. And then forward, it's still pretty good. I don't know why the camera's not focusing. There we are. And he's got some tilt, not a whole lot. Yeah, not really a whole lot. And the head can swivel all the way around if you'd like it to do that. So for Daken here, detail-wise, we kind of already went over this head sculpt, but the browns or yellows, I guess is what this is, the mustardish color, these two match. The kneecaps, as you can kind of tell on camera, are a little different. And in person, the chest area here is different from this. Now, I think I know what happened. I think they painted this obviously over the darker brown color. I would assume, yeah, they molded this torso in the brown along with the butterfly joints here because you can see the same color. And so, like I've said many times before, the lighter colors over the darker bases is gonna make it end up look like this, which sometimes is okay, sometimes not. I don't really care. I'm still wondering why the kneecaps are a different color, even though I would assume this would all be the same sculpted plastic in the same color, but that's kind of it. The browns do match everywhere, which is good. And then there's some chipping here. There's some brown on the black parts of that boot. But other than that, not really many QC issues. The paint on the arm here, like the dark blue for the tattoo, does look nice. Well, I guess here's some brown marks on the arm, but it does look good. What do you call it? The paint is nice here on the arm. It is on the newer Sunfire mold body, kind of like the pinless version, which we've seen many times before already. The belt here is in this nice, it's sculpted well with the painted silver buckle. I feel like we've seen this belt before as well with probably an older Wolverine. But the sculpt is good. I kind of do like this shorter, stockier version of this, the horns here, or I guess the ears maybe. And then the browns here, or I guess the black here on the top of the boots does look nice as well. It is sculpted on as well with the boots, or the treads as well sculpted, which is nice. And the 3 claws, they're not silver like the belt buckle. They're in like the gray that Hasbro uses, which is okay. That's the same for the 2-hand, except the only difference is for this one is, I think this hand is painted in the same silver, not in the gray like these. Yeah, it might be. I'm not really sure. No, I don't know. So the detail is pretty nice for the figure. It's not great in my opinion. Like I said, I just have the problem with the lighter colors on the brown there. But we'll take a look at the articulation for Daken here. So like I said, Daken is on like that newer Sunfire mold body, but still he can look pretty far up and pretty far down for this masked head sculpt. Not a lot of side to side tilt, but it can rotate all the way around. Arm's gonna go pretty far up. Butterfly forward, butterfly back is good. Not a big fan of, I just now noticed is that the brown is on the skin for the articulation part. And bicep swivel, pinless double elbows is gonna get you sort of almost all the way up. Like a tiny little gap there, which is still okay, pretty good. Wrist goes side to side, hinge as well, can go all the way around. None of the hands have trigger finger, up and down rotation, which, I mean, none of them really needed it. For the ab crunch, he's gonna get about that far down. And for the back, about that far back. And then the belt is hiding the waist swivel here, which obviously can go all the way around, which is nice that it hides it. You can just put it back down if you want. And then the legs kick that far out, about that far forward, and pretty far back. There's thigh cut there, which will break up the muscular, but it's fine. And then pinless double knee is gonna get you that far back. It stops because of this kind of chunkiness to the boot here, on the back especially. There is no boot swivel in that joint there, which is, I mean, it's all right. And then the ankle pivots down, up, and can rock pretty smoothly. Kind of think this is the loosest ankle without it being bad for one of the figures I've owned. So yeah, we'll scale and do some comparisons with Daken. Here he is next to his long-lost father, Wolverine, or Logan, next to the only brown suit Wolverine I have, which is the newest Secret Wars one, which is also the 97 body, or I guess the pinless updated version of that old Tiger Stripe Wolverine. And here he's next to the Astonishing X-Men 85th anniversary Wolverine figure, which he does look good next to both. I kind of prefer him next to this one, obviously, because I love the articulation. This figure is so good, but he does look nice to him. Here he is semi next to some Dark Avengers members with the symbiote Spider-Man, which is, I think it's either, was it Venom? Or was it was Matt Gargan, right, in the suit. But here he is next to the VHS, which practically is the retro carded one, just with the cell shading. And then this is the 85th anniversary Venom. And here he is next to kind of a good representation of an official member with Sentry here. This is the newest Walgreens exclusive one from I think 1 or 2 years ago. The figure's not great in any means. I kind of wish they put make a new one, pinless, and maybe on the Hyperion mold, but he will do it next to this for the Dark Avengers. Here is Daken next to some of the figures that came in this wave with him as well, with the Ultimate Iron Man and Adam Warlock. And here's Daken next to some other figures in this wave with the Banshee and Miles Morales. Alrighty, overall, I'm gonna give Daken a solid 5.5 out of 10. No, I think a 6 out of 10 is fine. The figure's okay. He aesthetically looks pleasing, which is good. Minor the chest paint there, but that's it. I mean, I have a couple splodges here and there, but still, it's alright of a figure. The main gripes is obviously with this entire wave, this mini comic, the gimmick that they want to try, which I don't think anybody is too big of a fan of. I think people would much rather prefer a Build-A-Figure piece, obviously, and comic books in your display. I mean, there's only certain figures or certain characters of the Marvel Universe that would own comic books of the actual characters in the story. So like Deadpool or She-Hulk or like Gwenpool or something like that. Regular, average figures carrying their own comic books, I don't think anybody's gonna have displayed, because like I said at the beginning, I would much rather prefer opposites of the two clawed hand, or maybe a closed fist hand that has the claws retracted. So I would much rather prefer that. That's why this figure is getting that low of a rating, but it still is a pretty nice figure. It's gonna be good for your Dark Avengers display. It clearly surpasses the older ones, I believe, in my opinion. I never owned those figures, but it does look better because now you don't have to buy two separate figures. But I believe that one might have had accessories for the swappable hands with the retracted claws in. I'm not really sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Doing that's going to help me out a ton, help my channel grow, and I hope you guys like this just as much as I do. Also, follow that Instagram to DM me directly or see sneak peeks of future videos. Now for this comic book wave, I don't know why I took such a hold on it for quite a bit, even though I had both the figures here. Now all I have left is ROM, and then I'll rank all the figures in a row, probably on a short like I did last time. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and Toy Soldier Reviews, out.